Yeah, we're take off on runway 33, right?
Now we're going to leave the pattern?
Yeah, we're going to go off to the northeast.
Okay. No-go traffic, Cessna 325 Sierra Papa, taking off 33 to the north, exiting to the northeast.
All right, here we go.
One last check for traffic.
Let's go traffic. Airline 4 is 16 miles north-northeast of the field, descending out of 6,700 inbound for Medical Center of the Rockies, the hospital just south of the field. Marco.
I always hate to hear that. There's a lot of air lives going into that hospital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep down.
Wheels down, yep.
Full throttle.
Okay, we're using a little rudder to get to that side, right? Wings level. Just got to hold that right rudder because the plane wants to go this way, even on the ground, right?
Yep.
Get on the center line, move over. There's 55, raise the nose. Now I want to see over the nose, so put the nose down. Now, just so we can see over the nose.
Okay.
Now, out of the corner of your eye, I want you to be able to just kind of keep an eye on the edge of the runway.
Right.
Trim it down a little. So parallel the runway. That's all we're doing. So out of the corner of your eye, all you got to do is see the edge of the runway.
Got it.
Hey, we know the runway's going away. So
Yep.
look out at several objects ahead of you, maybe even way out.
Okay.
Just keep the plane lined up with it. That way we're not drifting in the wind one way or the other, right? The winds will change as we get higher, but at least we're not going to drift into somebody in the first 1,000 feet.
Gotcha.
Okay? And now that we're several hundred feet up, you could reach over to the flaps and start taking them up very slowly. Feel the nose going down?
Yeah.
Yeah, so control it. It's a little, there you go. We're looking good. Okay. Do a little trimming if you have to. Now we can look over and say, well, we're 700 feet up, right?
Right.
Let's look under that wing, make sure nobody's coming in at us from over here. So we'll just chip it up like this real quick.
Okay.
And then go that. We're going to head off to the northeast. We can see the brown cloud from Denver already out here. See that?
That's pretty dirty.
That's actually a multi-layer system. Do you see it out there?
I do see it out there.
Let's turn to a heading of, let's go to about 030. And as we're climbing out, we're looking at every, little spots of the sky like this, right?
Yep.
Always looking back and forth. Now your device that you have in back,
yeah,
that should lead you to what? The ability to see traffic?
That's correct.
You may be hooked up already. Probably not. Bluetooth.
Yeah, there's a trip plane out there.
Got a GTX 345.
Yep. I think that's it. I see that plane out there.
Okay. Far out is he?
That I don't know.
Out by some lake way out there, right?
Yeah.
Connection unsuccessful.
We're descending out 6,500, approximately 7 miles north-northeast of the field. Inbound for Medical Center of the Rockies. Got the, looks like an airplane, about 7 headed northeast.
That's us.
That's us. He's got us.
Yeah, at 67 though, so he's down below us out over there.
Probably. Yeah, I can't connect to your thing, I guess.
Let's go air traffic. Is the airplane approximately 6 miles northeast of the field up?
Oh, we're going to 7,500 feet.
NOCO traffic 325 Sierra Papa at 7,000, climb to 7,500, approximately 3 miles northeast of NOCO.
Yeah, you got a helicopter going right underneath you.
Oh, just tell them we're looking.
Looking for a visual. Clear, green, you're in sight.
Got him down.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see the ability to hook up to your...
Okay, if you go into 4 flight.
Yeah, let me go to Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yep.
We'll level off at 75. Oh, here we go. Now we got a different device.
Entry 2869.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, that didn't show up a while ago. Turn this down a little bit before we totally fry up there.
There's warm.
Okay, so we're going back down to, say, 75. We could work at this altitude, but I have any problem with that. Okay, connected. No internet connection, it says. Well, I don't know what that means. Traffic, where are you? We have to set up my device for this. Skip the Century setup. Traffic, we're just going to go with it right here. There's a couple guys out there.
Yeah, there's a few, isn't there?
2,000 out there, actually. All right, we're good. Oops, sorry.
You're good.
All right, so leveled off, right? So
We are leveled off.
all right, let's have you do a few turns out here. We did steep turns the other day.
We did some steep turns.
All right, we'll let you do them again. And we'll,
I-25, a beam,
we're going to
airfield.
turn about at least 30, 45 degrees maybe in clearing turn.
2 miles south of the field, NORCO.
Okay, we're clear. We're going to bank it over.
We're going to take a look out this side as you bank over, behind you, up under the wing. Okay, and then we're going to roll back that way. We're going to do it again. We're going to look off this side. He's over there. Nobody coming at us under this wing or behind us. Okay, it's all clear. So you can set it up now if you want to start your maneuver. You want to do a deep turn. Okay, so there's 30 degrees of bank, right?
Yep.
Go around 30 degrees to start with.
NOCO traffic 20749, Skyhawk, 7 miles to the east, inbound for landing on 33. NOCO.
So roll out, don't pull up on it. horizon should be about fist width above the glare shield, right? Pretty close, okay, or 3 fingers or whatever. Whatever works for your sight picture. Let's go the other way. We're doing about 30 degrees of bank right now, right?
Yep.
We'll go around and we'll do some 45s here in a minute. So even in a 30-degree bank turn, do you see the horizon touching the glare shield anywhere?
No.
Nope, it's too low for you?
Yeah.
Does it touch it through here somewhere?
No. It's low. There we go.
NOCO traffic 20749, 3 miles to the east for a midfield crosswind, runway 33. NOCO.
Okay, traffic airline 4, landing assured, medical center of the Rockies, 2 miles out of the field.
That will roll out on about a 300-degree heading. And then we're going to set up for steep turns to the right.
Okay.
Okay, we've done steep turns, right?
I don't think I've gone beyond 30.
Okay. Let me show you what a steep turn will look like.
Hey,
so a steep turn is going to be between 30 and 60. So they want to be 45 to 50 degrees.
Okay.
In that range. And because we have the wings banked over that far, the tendency is for the nose to want to dive.
Okay.
So we're going to either muscle it to hold it up, or we can trim it.
Okay.
Right? Some of these planes, this has got plenty of horsepower, so we probably don't need to add much in the way of power, but we may add 100 RPM or so. So we just finished doing that turn, and it was all clear, so we're on about a 300-degree heading here to start with at altitude, right?
Yep.
The 8,000. So if I roll it over, if I start rolling, right, at 30 degrees, I could add a little bit of power, maybe 100 RPM, and I'm going to go 1 and about a half a turn on the trim. I'm not even holding on to it other than to put pressure on the yoke. You feel it there?
Yep.
There's 45 degrees, and it looks like 45. And if I put my finger on the horizon, the goal is don't let the horizon off your finger.
Left midfield crosswind for runway 33.
Okay.
And I can keep this thing fairly close. Well, here I'm letting myself climb all over while I'm talking to you about it, right? 1.5's maybe a little much on the trim. Back over to 45. The rollout, we're going to start the rollout about half the bank angle early. Roll back, I'm going to take that 1 turn of trim away, and I'm going to take a little bit of that power away.
Okay.
Level out here a little bit. This plane with 180 horsepower, you probably don't need any extra power at all to make the, make the turn, all right? You want to try one?
I will try it.
Okay. All we're going to do is add maybe 1 turn on the trim. Kind of a function of the weight of the airplane, the center of gravity of the plane, stuff like that as to how much trim, but probably going to be about 1 turn. And we'll put that 1 turn in. And it's an exact turn from top to bottom.
All the way, okay.
We're going to try that, all right?
All right.
Here we go. So we're rolling. Not going to add any power on this one.
Runway traffic, rally 01.
So 1 complete turn, we just keep rolling. There it is, 45 degrees, right between. I'm going to put my finger on the horizon.
Okay.
We're not going to let our finger off the horizon. Now, if you let go of it, what happens? Looks like it's going to stay there, right?
Yep.
Pretty close. All right.
Traffic 20749.
You want to keep
midfield.
Keep track of this, so you can keep track of. You can see the horizon's climbing now, right?
Yep.
It's going this way, so you got to push it down a little bit. Got to keep your finger on the horizon by moving the yoke. That bank angle at 45 degrees. Should look like 45 degrees out there over the glare shield. There you go. You can glance at it in here every once in a while. Right rudder's in. We're going to roll out, roll back, and you're going to push on it now a little. Push. Get that trim out 1 full turn, remember? There you go. That up trim really gives you the
Yeah, it
the
does.
climb, right?
Wow,
When we roll back wings level. So gotta remember that level flight is about fist width above the glare shield, right?
Yep.
So it should kind of stay there. Try another one?
Yeah.
All right. Still clear to the right. So at 30 degrees, we put in that turn. All right. We keep rolling. My finger's right here. I'm just watching where my finger is on the horizon. I'm glancing to make sure I'm at 45 degrees of bank. Back outside.
20749.
Very quick look.
For runway 33, touch and go.
Bank angle is good, right? We're looking at the bank angle. Oh, I see the nose coming up. Do you see it?
Right,
push it down. Push it down. Put the nose back so it's right on the horizon. There you go. Mountains kind of screw things up, right?
A little bit.
Let's go all the way around. Let's keep going around to about a heading of maybe 180 or so, about 180. We're going to start our rollout half the bank angle early, so about probably somewhere around 20 degrees before. Now the horizon's a little bit low. Yeah, there you go. That bank angle in there, right? 45 degrees. Now we're climbing. Got to push that nose down. We're coming upon 180, so you're going to start a rollout and push at the same time, and then reach for the trim. One turn down. Oh, that came right out.
That was pretty good.
That was really good. Right, now we got the horizon going back this way, so let's, we'll do it to the left.
Okay.
Okay? Turn to the left.
All right, steep
Still
turn
clear.
to the left. Clear.
Yep, we're starting at 8,000 feet. So as you bank over to 30, when you hit 30, we're going to get one turn, other way though. Right there, keep rolling. Okay. Put your finger right on the horizon, yep. So you glance in and make sure the bank angle is 45, the ball is centered, and the horizon is not moving from your finger, right?
Right.
Okay. So it's kind of an inside-outside maneuver, right?
Yeah.
Mostly looking outside, though. Glance at it. Going to go all the way around to that heading of about south again. Mountains are screwing you up, right? It's a horizon's a little bit higher. Start that rollout. Got all that up trim, so don't let that nose come up. Don't let it up. Push it down. Nice. Pretty easy, right?
That was easy. That was pretty fun.
That was about a 1.4 G turn.
1.4? Okay.
Yeah. 60 degrees of bank is 2 Gs.
Okay.
The G load is the reciprocal of the cosine of the bank angle.
Okay.
So the cosine of 60 degrees is a half.
Yep.
1/2 into 1 is 2, so it'll be a 2G turn. You can feel it in your arm.
Yeah.
Silver
Right?
traffic
Okay, good.
20749, left
All right.
crosswind for runway 33, full stop.
So you can do the steep turns just by muscling it.
You could.
You know, if you want, you can try one. Why don't you try left or right? Just, you know, by doing it with muscle. A lot of people just muscle it.
All right.
Every way you want to go.
That's why I got easier. I came out of it.
What's that?
That's why I got easier is because I came out of the steep.
There you go, yeah. See, you're pulling on it pretty hard, right?
Yep.
That nose wants to drop, see? We're heading downhill at 800 feet a minute. One thing to notice in a steep turn is if you're in a descent like this, you know, where you've got it banked over 45 degrees, you cannot just pull up on it to get it back. So if we just pulled up on it right now, all we're doing is increasing the G load. Do you feel it?
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't have the lift, so you have to roll out a little bit, reset the nose,
and then roll back.
and then roll back in. Now we got the nose up and we're climbing again, so you got to hold it there, right?
Yep.
So you got to repitch the nose in order to come back. One of the dilemmas, in my opinion, that occurs in trying to do steep turns if you're not trimming the airplane.
Right.
Right. Your arms get tired of doing this, right?
Sure.
You know, oh, now it's down and you're in a kind of a big spiral, right?
Right.
And to come out of it, if you just pull back, we've just cinched the turn tighter.
Right. Yeah, and the G load just
increases, yeah. So the limiting case is, if we're in level flight like this, if you want to climb, you just pull up.
Right.
Well, what if we were in a 90-degree turn?
Right.
You pull back, we're just cinching the turn tighter.
Right.
So you have to roll out a little, reset the nose, and then roll back in.
Okay.
In order to...
Yeah, don't just sit there and fight it.
You can't. I mean, if you just keep pulling back, it's just going to cinch the turn tighter and tighter.
Right.
Okay, we'll do more of those. But those are nice.
Yeah.
Came out good. I think you see the difference with the trim, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can basically fly it without your hands, right?
Yep.
And one of the goals should be to fly the airplane all trimmed out, so you're not fighting with the airplane. All right, one of the other things we wanted to work on today was a little bit of stalls, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we're at 8,500, 7,500, so we got room to work out here. We'll work not below 6,500, 1,500 feet above the ground.
Right.
So one of the things we set up the other day, didn't we do some rectangular patterns?
We did.
All right, which would be downwind, base, and final.
Yep.
So we're going to set that up again. I guess we got a road over there or something close to it, right?
Yep.
So if we were going to set up for a landing here, right, and we could do a power off stall,
right?
All right. We'd probably pull the power back to about 18 or 20, and just say, okay, we're slowing down.
Right.
Got this plane slowing up. We get back to kind of our downwind speed in the pattern, right? Maybe 80 knots.
Yep.
So we're just trading airspeed for altitude here right now. So we'll just trim it to be there. So here we are. We're entering the pattern. We're on downwind. The runway's going that way, maybe over there somewhere, right?
Yep.
So as we get to our key point, someplace down there, we're beam the key point where we want to land, we would just reduce the power to idle.
Right.
We'd add 10 degrees of flaps.
Yep.
We might give it 2 turns up on the trim, 2 full turns. 1, 2. We just let go. That's going to be about 65. We're gliding in for a landing.
Yeah.
That's exactly the speed we want this airplane at. Best speed.
Right.
And
so we're in landing configuration.
Landing configuration. We're going to turn base, right?
Yep.
We're far enough away from the runway. We need to turn base. As we turn base, 30-degree bank turn, rolling out perpendicular to our theoretical runway.
Right.
We're going to add 10 more flaps. Okay, we are. Should pretty much stabilize about 65 still. Doesn't change much. And let's assume the runway's right over there. We're going to intercept the center line of the runway on final.
Yep.
And we're going to add
more flaps.
More flaps. We're going to put them all the way down. 30 degrees of flaps. We're gliding in for the runway.
Going around, we'll turn.
The key is, in slow flight, if we want to change altitude, power.
Right.
So if it turned out the runway was farther out, we could make the picture look better by saying, oh yeah, it looks like we're going to make it now, right?
Right. But we better add some power.
But that's at the expense of the airspeed, right?
Yep.
Because this is controlling the airspeed.
Yep.
So if we hold the plane up, where's the horn? Do you hear it?
It's starting. Yep.
Just warning us.
Yep.
Active on Alpha 3.
Really pissed now, right?
Yeah.
So if we hold it up, and we're not going to have to hold it up much above the horizon, you'll be able to feel it shudder here. And recover. And this plane wants to fly. Feel it shaking a little?
Yeah.
There it is right there. Power, but I'm going to reset the power to keep the nose about there. I'm going to go to 20 degrees of flaps and get rid of part of my drag. Feel how much I'm pushing on it though.
Yeah.
Reach for the trim and take, guys, a couple trims out. Trim the pressure off the heel of your hand. Okay, and keep the right rudder engaged. Now we have all that slipstream, right?
Yep.
And all we need to do is just break the angle of attack and get to the best climb speed in this plane.
Here we go.
We're out of it. So we escaped the ground. We, finally got our airspeed under control. We're climbing. VX in this plane is about 65.
5, yep.
Okay. We're climbing at our best angle of climb right now. We could look around and say, yeah, okay, we're doing all right. We're getting away from the ground.
Yep.
It's at 65, right? We could go from 20 to 10. Okay, the nose is going to drop, and I'd rather have the climb maybe if I'm really close to the ground. So I'm going to try to hold it. Might have to retrim it.
Right.
Retrim it just to stay there. We're just climbing away. Look around, you say, yeah, I'm away from the danger here. I'm not going to hit anything. I'm into the air. Now I can get rid of the last 10, but it's very slowly. Very slowly. Feel that pitch change?
Yeah.
Hold that nose up. The last 10 degrees is the biggest change because you want this to stay in a climbing mode. Right? We don't want to just let it roll over.
Right.
Now you can trim it so you can keep climbing. 75 is VY, the best rate of climb.
Okay.
So we'll trim it for that. We'll keep that ball in the middle. We've escaped, right?
We have escaped. Very little drama, really. I know a lot of people freak out about stalls, but...
Oh, you can make them really ugly. I mean, you can say, well, I'm going to stall this plane, and you can just pull this thing up until it points at the sun. And then it's just going to fall like this.
Right.
But how realistic is that?
Oh.
Well, it might be exciting to do, but may not be real useful because most people aren't flying straight up and down or like that, right?
No.
So these stalls that happen like this are kind of insidious. It's like kind of well, just making a little adjustment here, make this picture look better, and you get into it, right?
Right.
Not one of those, man, let's point this thing really high.
Right.
And you can make it more exciting if you say, well, I've stalled the plane and I'm going to put the nose down like this to get my airspeed instantly. Well, now you got to pull out of that dive.
Right.
So you can make it so that it's, hey, all I have to do is change the angle of attack of that wing a little bit. All right, so we're at 8,000. Let's set up for another one.
All right.
So we could bring the power back right away to, we were at about, 1,800 RPM. That gave us about 80 knots, and we're already at 80, so we'll just assume we're kind of entering the pattern, right?
Yep.
And trim it to stay here at this altitude. Okay, so we're just kind of traveling downwind.
Yep.
Airport's over there on your side somewhere, going that way, right?
Right.
Right, so at some point you can say, well, I'm going to beam my key point for landing, right?
Yep.
And
throw on some flaps.
We pull the power to idle. Power to idle, all the way out. And about 2 turns up on the trim is what we went for. 1, 2, and we just let go, right?
Yep.
That's almost enough to give you 65, so make the plane show a glide, all right?
All right.
Now, it was a time to turn base because we're far enough away from the end of the runway now, or our key point. We'll make a 30-degree bank turn. We're not going to hold it up, though. Just banking it over. We'll be flying that line. That'll be perpendicular to our theoretical runway.
Yep.
At which point we're going to add 10 more flaps, right? Okay. We're just going to leave it at 65 as we eyeball what's going on out there. Somewhere down this line is our runway that we wanted to approach, so we'll make the turn to final at some point. Work. add final flaps. So we're on final.
Flaps down.
And it should still about 65, right?
Yep.
I might just nudge it, should not. So this is the picture. It would say we're just with the Buzzville glare shield. It says our runway is right out there, right?
Right there, right. Yep.
Okay, so if there was something wrong, hey, we're doing the wrong thing by pulling the nose up, right?
Nose up now.
Yeah, we're just going to raise the nose up to about the horizon, you know. I'd just raise it up to about in here somewhere. There's your first warning. That's the first warning. The wing is stalled, right?
Yep.
Okay. If we hold it up, now it's really pissed.
Getting pissed, yep.
Just be steady. Not much to do with the rudders. Just let it happen here.
Okay.
Just keep holding it up. Almost feel we're right on it. You feel
Yep.
it? Kind of eyeball the wings level. You can keep them level. Just look out. You can tell. There. Hold it up a little bit higher and it'll finish stalling. You feel how ineffective the ailerons are, right? They're useless out there. We're just right on the stall. See, it stalled and recovered right there. Did you feel it?
Yep.
Should you hold it up just a touch more? There it is. Full power. No big nose down. No, put that glare shield right on the horizon with full power. Immediate full power. Nose down, push, push, push. Just push. Don't do anything with anything else. Just push the nose down. Push it down. Set the glare shield about at the horizon. Have full power, not partial power. And flaps 20. That's really the next thing. We got to get part of that drag out. There you go, 20. That's 10. There's 20. At controlling the view here. So we're climbing out now. If you can verify you have a climb going, you can trim some of that pressure off your hand if you need to. Okay. Verify, yeah, I got a climb going. You can go to 10. Right, now the nose wants to drop, but I'd rather have the climb. So now you're trimming the other way, right?
Yep.
Okay. Climbing up. The break even between lift and drag with the flaps is 20 degrees.
Oh, okay.
You've got 30 degrees of flaps on, you got more drag than lift.
Okay.
20 is about an equal amount of lift and drag, and 10 or less, of course, is more lift.
Gotcha.
Right? So the key is to go to 20 right away.
Right away.
To get rid of the drag so we can actually get a climb underway. Okay, so we'll let this plane maybe settle at 75 and no higher. So now it's nose up. So the key is keep this climbing. All right, you keep pulling on it to climb as you're taking the flaps away. Did you notice what happens when you take the flaps away?
Yeah, the nose dives.
Yeah, and so one of the reasons we take the flaps up slowly, let's just leave it right where you had it. I'm going to put 10 degrees back in, all right?
Okay.
Here we are. You kind of had it trimmed out beautifully to climb away at 75, right? You can almost let go of it, right?
Right.
Well, go ahead and let go.
Push it down.
Okay, well let's just, all right, we've taken care of that. So here we are climbing away at this speed with 10 degrees of flaps, and so you say, well, I got it made.
Yeah.
But you just go like this, watch what happens, just watch what happens. Just watch.
Yeah, we're in a dive.
And it's going to recover, it's going to say, oh, I got more lift, because the equation of lift has a velocity squared term in it.
Gotcha.
Oh, I got more speed now. Oh, I guess I can go back up.
So
and it's just going to do this. It's going to just do this and find its own level in the atmosphere. But you saw we dropped about 200 feet. You may not have 200 feet to give up.
No.
Right? So that's why that last 10 degrees is big time on the pitch.
Gotcha.
So, you know, if you're here with 10 degrees of flaps, we're going to set it up with 10 again here. We're climbing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're back at 75. That's about where it was trimmed out, so it should stay there.
Yep.
Okay, hey, we want to get away from the ground.
Yep.
Okay. all set right there,
Right.
perfect, right? Hands off, basically.
Right.
But you're going to have to just keep your eye right here.
Yeah.
Ball centered, and now take them up. Just, you can move them continuously, but watch. Just move them a little bit at a time. Yeah, feel it? Pull it up. Don't let the airspeed change.
Okay.
You hold it 75. We're just taking it up. Taking it up a little bit. Taking it up a little bit. Taking it up a little more. A little more. Now they're all the way up. But we kept the climb going all the time.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, cool. Want to do another one of those?
Yeah.
All right, let's turn that way. Be a little bit farther away from... we can actually go straight ahead, I guess. The airport's a little farther away than I thought. Okay, so we're going to slow down. Going to simulate coming into the pattern. And one of the things to notice with power off stalls is that ball just pretty much hangs in the center, right?
Right.
You don't have to do anything until you put full power in.
Right.
Then the thing wants to turn left.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're holding the plane up just to stay at altitude here while we slow down. Okay, looking nice. Kind of getting into the pattern, right?
Yep.
We're inbound for our landing here.
NOCO traffic.
Right.
For that ILS.
And somewhere we decided the runway is right next to us, right?
Yep.
So power off, nose up, right, 10 degrees of flaps, 2 turns, top to bottom, 1, 2. Plane should just virtually stop at 65, right?
Yep.
Have to nudge it a little, we will, but this is the descent profile. Okay, somewhere the runway's behind us, we're going to turn base. Around on base now, looks nice. Roll wings level, we'll add 10 more flaps on base. Right there, that's a bad D10, isn't it?
Yeah, it misses it.
Hey, there's the runway, we're going for the runway. Nice 30-degree turn. We're all lined up, coming up beautifully. And we're going to add full flaps now. Power's off, right? And we have to change the trim slightly. If it's not going to stay at 65, it's going to nose down maybe. Yeah, there it is. We're gliding in for a landing out there, kind of beyond that little red roofed house.
Yep.
Okay, but we're going to raise that nose. We'll just keep pulling it up. We know it. Glare shield's almost going to hide the horizon, right?
Right.
Here's the first warning. Wings stalling. Yeah, just keep the wings level. Very little movement. Hold it up. I'll be beyond my hearing range pretty soon.
Yeah.
Put it up a little bit more. We're almost there. There it is. No big push down though. Full power though. Immediately all the way. Glare shield. Put the horizon on the glare shield. Push, push, push. So hold your eye where you see that, right?
Yep.
Reach for the flaps. 10, 20 degrees. Right there. And then trim that pressure off your hand.
Inbound.
Okay, push it down a little farther. Push it, just where you can barely see the horizon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just keep pushing on it until you can see the horizon. If you let go of it, where was it going to go?
Go shoot up.
All right, take that trim pressure off. Trim that pressure off the heel of your hand. Okay, we should be climbing about 65. And your ball is centered, right? You're using right rudder now, right? So 65 is about the right speed. So you may have to push it down a little harder, right? Because we're already at full power. Trim it down just a little, right? There you go. Now we're climbing at 65. So have we got a climb going at 65?
Yep.
We could go to 10 degrees of flaps, right? Nose is going to want to drop a little, but no, we're going to hold it up at 65. We're not going to let the nose drop. Got a better climb going now, right? Got part of that drag out of there.
Yep.
So now you can watch the speed and start taking it away slowly. And that ball centered. Yep. Very nice. And then relax and let it trim where you don't have to fight with it anymore, right?
Right.
All right. That was exciting, right?
That was pretty cool.
So we work our way out to the envelope to where the plane doesn't fly anymore, right?
Right.
Basically. Okay. So we'll do a couple of power on stalls, all right?
Okay.
So basically, we're taking off right now, right?
Right.
Full power, flaps are up,
Right.
right? So we're taking off. So let's say we've lifted off. I'm going to set us back to liftoff speed. So initially, I'm just going to set this. Actually, I'm going to reset this. We're set kind of for takeoff, right?
Right.
So rotate speed's 55.
Right.
So we could be climbing out about 55 or 60, right? So I'm just going to get us back to that speed. There it is. Okay, so we're taking off.
Yep.
We've left the ground. We're out of here now.
Yep.
And you can see, if I take my foot off the rudder, look what happens.
Yeah, we go left.
Yeah, so we're holding right rudder already. That's the key. And if we hold the nose up, hey, there's the warning.
Yep.
It's going to stall earlier because we don't have flaps on it. It should stall in theory at max gross weight at the bottom of the green. And all we're going to do is lower the nose. There it is. Feel it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hold it up one more time. There it is.
Yep.
All I have to do is lower the nose back to the horizon.
Airspeed comes
Get the
back.
airspeed come back. We're already at full power.
Yeah.
What else can you do, right?
Right.
Just lower the nose.
Right.
Break the angle of attack. Right? And the real key is to keep that ball in the middle. So both wings want to stall equally. So you're watching the ball. Gotta have right rudder, yeah. Slower we go, the more right rudder you gotta put in. Spiraling strip stream is really powerful when the plane's moving really slow. Keep that ball in the middle, that's the key, there you go. You can kind of see if the wings are level out there, you can kind of judge it without looking too far, right?
Right.
Doesn't take much rudder, but it gotta keep the ball in the middle, that's the key. Just right on the edge of it. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
We're just about there. There it is. Nose down.
No go traffic.
Goes to the horizon.
33.
All done.
We survived.
It's cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can really exaggerate it, of course, right? Or you go, ow, like this, and then the plane's
right away.
really falls, you know, and it can be really ugly, right?
Right.
But there's no need to do that kind of either, right? All right, let's do this. We'll do one more.
Okay.
Then head back.
All right.
So let's we'll just pull the power back to like we're taking off. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you pull the power back to maybe 1500 RPM, just so we can level off again. We're going to set the trim. We'll leave it at about 80, just for the moment. So everything's kind of returned to the set point like we were taking off.
Right.
Okay, and now if you just hold the nose up a little, we'll let it slow down until we get the liftoff speed, right? Should be 55.
Right.
So just hold it up to about 55, at which point we're going to go to full power. We'll just hold it at 55 for a moment, so full power now. We're just rotating and taking off, but you see what happens to the ball?
Yeah.
You got to get it, you got to push it in immediately. Yeah. Now you can raise the nose. Oh, I'm taking off. Ball's in the middle, right?
Yep.
Ball's right in the middle of the cage. Yeah, it takes more and more right rudder. Just hold it up. Slow down. We notice it's not stalling at the bottom of the green like it says in the book, right?
Right.
Okay, there's a reason for that. All centered, is it? Roll back against it a little bit. The wings level, we're doing wings level today. Hold it up. All centered. We're rolling this way a little. There you go. There it is now. Hold it up. Right there. You can feel it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it shook.
Yeah, it'll shudder, right? It's like,
Yeah.
hey, my wing is not flying anymore. Come on.
Right.
Fix it right now. Obviously, if you just pulled it up really steep, you know, it would pass right through that shuddering thing and go, ah, like this, right?
Right.
Yeah. But we're working right at the margin here.
Right.
All right, let's head back. Enough fun for the day, right?
That's right.
Cool. We'll head back toward Fort Collins, and on the way back, we're going to have maybe wing fire.
Oh, what?
The wing fire.
Oh, yeah, great.
Okay, so we'll just set it up for a cruise here. We won't go any higher. We got plenty of room. Fort Collins is over there. That's correct. Well, here we are cruising along, right? And if we detected for some reason we had that fire, right?
Yep.
We turn off all of the lighting. That's, you know, might be powering things in the wing, right?
Right.
And we'd want to slip the airplane away from the fire. So if it's on that side, we're going to put the rudder down on that side, right? Right. So we might want to get down also, right?
Right.
You could jam the rudder all the way to the floor. Just push it as far as it will go, all the way down. Full rudder. You can still steer with this, right?
Yeah.
You can still go toward Fort Collins, but you got the rudder all the way down, so the plane is going that way, right?
Yeah.
But we're flying sideways into the wind.
That's crazy.
Right? So the flame is going off that way, right?
Right.
Keep the flames away from the cockpit. If the flames are on this side, switch it around the other way. It's aileron the other way. Jam that rudder all the way to the floor. Just push it all the way down. That ball's going to be clear out of the cage, but so what, right?
Right.
Yeah. If we needed to get down, we'd take the power away, right? We could leave it in a slip, that fire away from us, right?
Right.
Pull the power all the way to idle, right? We can come down slowly or we can come down quickly, right? Put the plane in a dive here.
Right.
We can go down. Just let it dive down. Just get this plane on the ground. You can slip it all the way with the rudder over, right?
Right.
So we're going that way still, right?
Yep.
But the flames are away from us here, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Or the other way. If the flames are on your side, switch it back. Rudder all the way to the floor. Use the ailerons to help you steer where it is you want to go, to an emergency landing site or whatever, right? The idea is that we want to get that, you know, You want to keep those flames away from you, and if necessary, you know, we can fly clear up into the yellow. Right. So you can just push that nose down, let the plane pick up speed, right?
Right.
We want to get down on the ground and get this thing landed before we have a major fire that's doing damage, right?
Right.
There you go. Okay. Does that feel okay?
Feels all right.
And if it was an engine fire right in front of us, right? We'd obviously kill the power. We'd kill a bunch of the fuel flow sources and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Pull it idle, cut this off. But we would definitely put this plane in a big dive. If the fire was right out in front of us.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
We could go right to the red line. Coming down. Right? Power off, just push this plane.
Dive it. Yeah, get down quick.
Yeah, you don't want to burn up in this plane. That, that firewall is only about 32 thousandths of an inch thick.
Right.
All right, those are always exciting to start with, right?
Yeah.
But it shows you the capability of the plane is really significant. I mean, hey, put this plane in a big dive and big climbs. And real aggressive with the rudders, right? I mean, the plane's still going to fly.
Flies great, actually. Big eagle right below us.
Look at that, beautiful.
Yeah.
Bald eagle.
Bald eagle, yeah.
Look at that, beautiful. Wow.
That was awesome.
We were coming back out of Leadville on a mountain flight, and we'd gone through Weston Pass, which is just a little south of Leadville. So it was a flight training thing along that back wall. And when we turned out of Weston Pass, we'd been picked up by the wind, thermal. Well, it was more the upslope off the rock wall, and so we were kind of headed out over Fairplay and back toward Kenosha.
Right.
And we were at 15,000. And Bald Eagle went by the other way at 15,000. That was awesome.
That is way cool.
Like, what are you doing up here?
Yeah.
What do you see up here that we don't see? Probably a lot, but it was, you know. And I think the big hawks, the big birds, you know, they do.
They're awesome.
They just fly for fun. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just professional flyers, you know.
Exactly. Oh, where are we? We're out there. Okay.
All right. So Fort Collins is over yonder. See the big lake out there?
Yep.
All right, so we can come back up to about 2,200 on the RPM if you want.
Citation 7 Bravo Whiskey departing 33 will be a left downwind departure to the
So somebody's leaving on 33, right?
Yep.
Okay, so on our way in, let's stay at about 6,500. We don't have to go any higher. You can trim it out. So on our way in, you know, we could listen to the weather, right?
Yep.
Just put them on.
7 Celsius, altimeter 3026. Remarks, density altitude 4,100, freezing rain. Information not available. Northern Colorado Regional Airport. Automated weather observation. 1823 Zulu. Wind variable at 03. Visibility 10.
Wind variable, right?
Clear.
Yeah.
Who knows what it's doing?
0.
Right.
Okay. So let's go over to the lake over there. We're going to go toward the airport out that way, right?
Yep.
On your map, you show where the airport is, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We're pretty much heading towards it. So they have runway 1533, right? So it runs this way, the runways.
Yep.
Right? So we're kind of looking at it at an angle like this, right?
Right.
And if they're landing on runway 33, and it's left traffic, so they would be going downwind, base, and final, right?
Closer to the mountains.
Side to the mountains. We're not on the side of the airport where the traffic pattern is.
Right.
So the entry we would make is either a crosswind entry, as it's called.
Midfield?
Well, I've never been a fan of crossing right at midfield. I mean, here we might have enough room to do that because it's a really long runway.
Right.
I will usually cross somewhere between midfield and the end.
Okay.
Not off the end.
2/3, 3/4.
Yeah, about 3/4 of the way down the runway. That way, by the time you cross over and make that turn, you've got a little time on downwind to set the gap.
Right.
the spacing and get the speed under control and do everything you want to do. Right?
Right.
Departing traffic.
So I'm not a big fan of crossing over the runway right at midfield.
Okay.
You can call it a midfield crossing if you want, but you know, I'm always going to cheat and be a little farther down.
Gotcha.
Even with all the flying I've done, I always fly down toward the end.
Delta traffic, Tower 250, keep turning across.
Now,
we're going to be
we got several people out here working, so we're going to be watching for them. We're going to start down now because the airport's right over there. You see all those houses, buildings?
Yep.
So we're going to let the plane slide down to 6,000, and we're going to do, so let's just take a little power away and let it come down slowly. We'll go back to like 2,000 or something. We're going to do our pre-landing checklist.
Okay.
Because we got time out here. We don't have to wait until we're in the pattern.
Right.
Keys on. Masters on. You got your lighting on the way you want it?
Yep.
Okay.
NOCO traffic.
Throttle's where you want it right now. Mixture's where you want it?
Get in behind
Yes.
the departing.
Okay. Flaps are up.
Flaps are up.
Trim's okay?
Trim's good for
Fuel's
now.
on both. Over
Skyhawk
and down.
Keep turning downwind.
Okay.
Hey.
Looking at the
We're going to be
equipment over and
flying out
down.
of the pattern. We're at 6,000 going to 7,500.
Okay. So we are, you see, quite see the end of the runway yet. I see it out there. I know where it is. But you're headed pretty much toward the end of the runway.
We'll be turning crosswind and departing the pattern out to the west, NOCO.
And we are now about 5 miles out.
Right.
Right? So let's just tell NOCO traffic.
Yeah. 325 Sierra Papa. 5 miles to the
northeast on a crosswind entry. Or 33.
Low pass on entirely through on wind.
NOCO traffic, 325 Sierra Papa, 5 miles to the northeast, coming in on the north, downwind for a 33.
Crossfield entry for 33.
Crossfield entry for a 33. NOCO traffic.
You see the houses?
NOCO traffic.
The big snowfield, the big snowfield, and the next snowfield?
Yep.
Downwind,
The end of the runway is to the left of that little snowfield over here.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, so we want to be a little bit farther to the left.
Okay.
Now let's stay at 6,000.
We'll be departing to the west.
So we need a little power maybe to help us get back up. We're going to climb back up, be at 6,000. That'll be 1,000 feet above the ground.
We're calling north.
Okay, we don't want to cross the end of the runway. Let's go down toward the 1,000-foot marker there.
Southwest. NOCO traffic, Bonanza 950 Victor, midfield downwind, full stop, 33.
Okay, somebody downwind for 33, all right. We're going to climb up to another 100 feet here. Just be kind of for all these other guys. Hazy, but they'll show up. So when we get up very close to the field or over it, we would announce NOCO traffic 325's over the field. And we're going to turn left downwind for 33.
About 4 miles to the west field. Now we're going to be departing out to the southwest. Last call, NOCO.
Somebody's over there leaving.
NOCO traffic, 325 Sierra Papa off the end of the runway. We're going to make a left downwind for 33.
Okay. We're 1,000 feet above the ground, so hold it up a little.
Victor turning left base 33. NOCO.
Yep.
NOCO traffic, cover 250 departure leg 33. We'll stay on left close pattern, NOCO.
Okay, so as we come out here, we're looking for any downwind traffic. Don't see anybody. Let's start paralleling the runway. We're going to bring the power back another 100 RPM or so, and we're going to hold it up just so we can get to about 80 knots on downwind. So we're going to stretch this a little wider. So that's the guy turning base to final, right?
Victor turning final 33.
Okay, he's turning final. We're going to trim it up to stay at about 80 knots right here. At about this width.
Okay.
This is the width I want you to see. So here we are, 80 knots. At altitude, everything's cool.
NOCO traffic, cover 290 Sierra is rolling left crosswind 33.
Okay, right here, the big double bars.
Yep.
I want to reduce the power to idle. 10 degrees of flaps. 2 turns on the trim, nose up. 1, 2. Okay? Just going to let the plane slow by itself. You're looking behind your shoulder at the big double white bars.
Yep.
Those big double white bars are about 45 behind your shoulder. They are now. We're going to make the turn.
Elko traffic 3250 Papa, turning left base for 33.
Just 30 degrees of bank.
Elko traffic, Twin Cessna.
Now we're going to roll out perpendicular to the runway, add 10 more flaps. Going to intercept the center line of the runway. Make the turn here, intercept the center line. We're not holding it up though.
Morning, Don.
On final, we're going to add 10 more flaps. It would be full flaps all the way down. Make sure it stays at 65.
The active, no go.
65, yeah, okay. There it is. So we can just let go of it. Let's see what happens. Power's off, right? Emergency landing. No different. All you got to do is use a little rudder to put the center line right in front of you. Drift down, so we need the momentum, so we're going to stay at 65, and so right here, now we're going to raise the nose parallel to the ground. Hold it up, you hold it up. Little right rudder. When the gravity wins, we hold it up and barely can see the end of the runway. See that?
Yeah.
Gravity wins, we're just going to hold the nose up, let the mains come down first.
I think that was the first time I actually touched it down.
Oh, you did it. That was great. We're going to go out and do more landings, all right?
Okay.
We're not going to do them today. Somebody else is going to be on this plane here shortly.
Got it.
All right, so we'll...
Twin Cessna, November 986 Fox, to the east, 6,500, planning to midfield crossover in our left downwind, 33. Go.
Elko traffic 3250 Papa, clear runway 33 at A4.
Alpha 4, right, okay. So this doesn't do anything, right?
Right.
Okay, so off the runway, you can come to a stop or we'll keep rolling here. We're going to clean the plane up so it's flaps all the way up. Maybe reset the trim a turn or two.
Elko traffic, W, my clears.
And off we go. All right, how was that today?
That was awesome.
All right.
Good job. Thank you.
All right, you're doing great. Terrific.
Was that a normal approach? It seemed pretty steep, but
that's pretty normal.
Pretty normal, okay.
Obviously with less flaps, the picture is flatter, right?
Right.
The flaps allow, when you add flaps, it allows the nose to roll this way, right?
Right.
Yep. Pass down entirely.
And so it looks like, wow, we are really going to crash into the ground out here. That's a scary view, especially that base to final turn.
Yeah.
Looks like, man, we are really heading into the ground.
I kind of like it, but yeah, it looks like a...
Looks really scary, but the key to using the flaps on landing is that you have a much more commanding view of the landing environment, right? Because the nose has been rolled over, right? So you can really see the whole landing environment on the way in. Whereas if we do some landings without flaps, you'll see that
we've got to come in shallower.
It looks shallower coming in because the nose is higher.
Right.
The descent angle is not going to be a whole lot different.
Okay.
But the picture is like, man, I don't see the end of the runway anymore.
Right.
Elko traffic 62 Fox is left downwind, 33.
So,
Elko.
so the key is to have that commanding view, and then you flare, which is the paralleling to the ground.
Right.
When you feel gravity winning, then that's when you're going to start pulling.
Off here.
Start pulling back. You just raise the nose wheel off the ground a little because we want to touch on the mains.
Right.
We're just going to hold it there and let it touch on the mains.
Let it fly for a while.
Yeah, let it fly. It'll touch down with gravity's winning. The drag on the wheels is just going to bring the nose wheel down, and we'll just steer with the rudder.
Right.
We're going to park it over here.
Next to the Mooney?
Well, some places it's got to tie down over here. That way it's a little easier for us to just tie it up. See, the one on the end might be good. So let's slow here. Want to be off of the concrete.
The traffic 62 Fox base.
Okay, we'll just turn it in right here.
Okay.
Little power.
No-go traffic.
Gonna line it up.
Unfortunately, 33 will stay on that close pattern. No-go.
Be off a little bit, but that's all right. Let's do this. Or the plane
No-go
from
traffic, Sky 20749 are holding short runway.
We'll just push it back a little bit.
No-go traffic, Sky 6026, moving straight in, runway 33, 13 south and west.
All right, I'm gonna let you shut it down. Right here.
We got our checklist. Lean.
I'll be in the, well, not lean yet.
Copy, T Mike 0, turn left crossway and 33, close pattern, no-go.
Need to say cruise.
No-go traffic, 62 Fox, final 33.
Close is only one more page up.
After landing, under taxi, shut down, park brake set. We won't do that. Electrical equipment off.
So all the electrical, which is the lighting stuff, right?
Off. Throttle back to 1,000.
Avionics next, right?